Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitching with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all having a great Saturday and a great weekend. Welcome to my August Saturday stitching one more time for August. And the theme is animals, real or imagined, so I picked this little animal. This is my Cat and Poppies. I got it from Fansells in December. Actually, it's a birthday start for December 2023, and today we are going to be working right here in this part of the cat. Get that down so you can actually see it. The color is 451. It's kind of a mocha color, if you will. Yeah. So yeah, and I have my little cat needle minder because we have a cat, and we have cat needle minders. So yeah, didn't know where I was going to go with that, but oh, I need to bring you in so you can actually see what is going on. Yeah, how's everybody doing? Are you having a good Labor Day weekend? And if you don't celebrate Labor Day, well, I hope you're having a good weekend anyway. Oh my goodness, what a day. Well, yesterday was kind of a day. I did have to go out and get my rent money and get the money order and get that all paid for. Now all the bills are paid. Yay! And we are free until the middle of next month. Holy cow. I did make another order on Amazon. Just a small order of some more Sashiko pre-printed patterns, if you will. That's what they are, so thought I'd try them out as well. Still working on the last one that I had just gotten. And when I was out, was it yesterday? Not yesterday, the day before, when I went to the sewing store, I picked up some fat quarters to do the Sashiko on. They had them on sale. And they had one little Sashiko pattern. I think it's maybe 12 inches by 12 inches. Maybe not that big. Maybe 10 by 10. Anyway, it's already printed on the thing, and it's of the Wave by, is it Hawasako? I can't say his name. It's very famous, but it's called the Wave of Kawaganga. I know I've murdered those names, so you know, here we are. But yeah, I thought that would be fun to stitch on. And it's by the same company that I showed you my dragon that I am stitching on. So, same company, but different picture. So we'll see how that all turns out. But I haven't started on it. I'm still trying to finish one that I drew. One pattern that I drew, and then the one that I just got last week that has it all printed on there, and it's a diamond type pattern. So we'll see. If I finish them, I will let you know, but I keep plugging away at both of them. They're not difficult, they're just time consuming-ish. So yay. So that's given me a little bit to do. And I stitched a bit. Oh, what is that thing called? The new one that I got with the muted background. And I don't know if it had a bird or a butterfly. Not the butterfly with the half cross stitch. It was the bigger one. I don't know what we ended up calling that. But I've been working on some of those leaves over there where we were stitching on. There's a video, about 3 videos back, if you'd like to watch that video and know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of who I got it from or what it was called. But I do like that one. It's so pretty. It's the one I'm going to add a little more back stitching to it, just so that things will come out. But yeah, I like that one. And I missed a whole stitch. See, that's what I get excited talking about, cross stitch, and then I just stitch away in various random places. Yeah. But it worked out, so we got it fixed. I do like this one. I had to order this twice, actually. I really wanted this pattern. I don't know if I paid for it or if it was one that I reviewed. But the first one I got, the print was not on point, so it was impossible to stitch. I thought I was gonna, nope, going to stitch it anyway, but they ended up sending me a replacement, so I think I paid for this one. Yeah. I don't know if I got it from 2 different companies or how that all came out in the wash, but yeah, I do like this one. And it might need some back stitching in it as well. I'm not real sure. But it's a nice size, I think. It's a Yishu, and it's 40 by 30. So it's not too big. It's just perfect for everything that's in the picture. But I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty confettied. So I just picked a spot today, and we'll just work from there. So what is everybody else working on? And these 2 colors, you can't even tell there's 2 colors there. There's a darker brown right there and a darker brown right there. And then there's this color that we're using. Yeah, it's a little insane. So, but that's all I've been working on. Anybody been working on something fun? Something you love? Is it something to do with summer, or just not even for the season? You know, I mean, it wasn't even made for a season. Pull that out and put that needle back before I lose it. I had to actually use the needles the other day on that 11 count that I was working on. This has got a knot in it. Because I didn't have any 11 needles that I used with 11 count. I know, it's insane, isn't it? All I had was 14 counts. Probably could have used those needles that I got from Painting Fairy, because they seem to be a little bit bigger than 14 count. Somebody asked me what I use for beading. Now, if I'm doing the what do you call them? The plastic beads, I will use one of these that you get with an 11 count kit, because they have such a big, huge hole in them. But if I'm doing that kind on that blue cat, I have 28 or size 28 needles that I use for my counted cross stitch. And they seem to be small enough, usually, for the smaller beads. So, that is what needle I use. But I didn't want to not answer somebody's question there. Sorry it took me forever to get back to you, but I do not and will not ever use those beading needles again. Those nice, long, skinny, flimsy things that will just snap. I can't use them. I don't know if I have too heavy of a hand or just what the deal is, but every time I use them, they break. So they're just pretty useless. But I always have a pack of the size 28s, because they're the smallest that I could find. I have used even a quilting needle, if you know what I'm talking about. I think that's what they're called in a packet. They're called quilting needles, but they're very tiny, and they're probably an inch. I don't know, what is that, 1.25 inches maybe? That might be too big. But they're meant for quilting, and they're very durable. Those will work too for those really small, tinier beads. But yeah. So, always have those. Not that I'm doing any quilting. That hasn't happened for a hot moment. But I like the size of them. And they work really well for beading. And you can turn them. Like you can almost do the sewing method with the beaded cross stitch. Sometimes the canvas, though, is very heavy. So that's why I go to the 28s. The resistance is kind of hard. You know what I mean? For those, the quilting ones. So 9 out of 10 times I'll use the 28s. But yeah. So no grand plans this weekend. I got a roast the other day, so I think I'm gonna cook that today. So I'll have it left over for tomorrow. Yeah, I hardly ever buy roast in summer, but it just sounded good, and that way I can have cold roast beef sandwiches and not make the beef and noodles, because I always make beef and noodles in the winter when I get a roast. But that just seemed too hot and too globby. So, yeah. I don't even know if you're going to be able to tell that I even put this color in. There's one more right there. I'll show you when I get to that point. See if I can. Come on. But I really am enjoying working on that one. I don't know. It's like, is there a bird there? I keep thinking there's a bird and some... I wish I knew what it was called. If I find out what it's called, I'll put it in here. But, yeah. You can't miss it. It was a couple of videos back. I just started it. If not on the last week, it was this part of this week. But I really like it. I really, really do. I'm just going to anchor that puppy there and get the cat out of there because it's causing issues. Let me undo that. And do that. So I haven't even really finished a poppy, but the poppies are quite big. There we go. So you can see the cat's head starting to take shape. And here's going to be a poppy, and there's one over here. I think it's like right here. It's fairly good size. And there's some down in here. But yeah, I really like this. But really, let me pull you in. Can't see the different variegations of that brown. But it is pretty confettied in there. So we'll see. Let me pull you back out. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. And next week we'll start September Saturday stitching. And it's anything that begins with the letter S. How's that? Is that general enough? That way anybody can do whatever they want to do. All right, guys. Thanks for watching today. I sure do appreciate each and every one of you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.